Hello, I'm literally in my pajamas because I have less than 20 minutes to get ready for work, so great time management over here on this channel. We're just gonna get right into it. In early March, this situation happened to me. I just want to gauge, like, am I tripping? Am I losing more of my marbles? It was about the time where I started uploading more consistently, more than twice a month. She's just been feeling her inner creative. I think it's because Mercury is out of retrograde and my Taurus is in the sun and in the moon and something is rising, I don't know, downward dog. I was feeling a lot more creative. I was in the groove of being super productive, uploading a lot more on YouTube, trying to align my chakras and be better about my mental health, and coping with a workplace that I don't love so much, which, by the way, subscribe to my channel so I can quit my day job. I've been doing all the things, being productive, being a boss babe, being a humble queen, and all the things. When I am on this groove, one thing that sucks is that I forego having to do certain things. Like, I'll be productive at work, I'll be productive with YouTube, I'll be, you know, productive with running errands, but I'll forego like cooking, and Dan does most of the cooking. Like, I'll make a quick breakfast and then I'll go like hours and hours without eating lunch, and by the time I realize it's like early dinner, late lunch type deal, that'll be it. So I'll have like 2 meals and a couple snacks, which is not healthy, okay? It's not healthy and it's not a great way to be productive. Why do I look gray all of a sudden? I'm sorry. When Annie asks for the sun to come out tomorrow, the Lord just giveth, but with me, he decides to take it. I also have this thing where if I find a meal, whether it's like I make it or order it or buy it, and I really, really like it, it becomes habitual for me to want to eat that thing over and over again until I am sick of it. Also, if you didn't know, your girl is gluten and dairy free for the most part. Sometimes I get a little rebellious and I'm just like, we'll indulge in a little dairy and just risk the acne. I found like a really great gluten-free, dairy-free like brand. It's called Daya, and normally I don't like their cheese, but here's the tea. They have this really great gluten-free, dairy-free pizza, which you can get at Target. When I feel like I'm accomplishing something and I'm doing great things, I like to reward myself with food, fashion, and wine. That's literally my thing. It's the Taurus in me. I keep telling you guys. That's what I like to reward myself with. And on this particular day, I was feeling really good. I was feeling productive. I was feeling like the boss babe, woman CEO that I am. And I was like, we're gonna reward ourselves with a nice gluten-free, dairy-free pizza. I had a bottle of wine left over and I was just like, we're gonna treat ourselves. We're gonna treat ourselves. So, after being really productive, I put on my sweatpants and my white sweatshirt, and I had in my gold hoops and my Chuck Taylors, and I just took my aesthetic ass to fucking Target. I walked in and I had the mindset of, we are only getting one thing. I walk into Target, and this is not me being relatable or trying to make it a personality, like, oh my god, I walk into Target and I just want to buy everything. No, it's a problem. I walk into Target and I want to buy everything. For some reason, Target just knows how to type into my psyche. So I went in there thinking, you know what? I'm only gonna get one thing. But I walked in, and mistake number one, I picked up a little basket. What are you picking up a basket for if you're literally only gonna buy one thing? Anyways, I picked up a basket, you know, maneuvered my way on over to aisle C8 so I can get my gluten-free, dairy-free pizza as a reward. And on my way over to get my reward, I saw a young lady and she held up a sign. Now, at first I didn't really pay too much attention because I thought it was one of the Target employees wanting to offer us a flu shot or whatever, because they do that sometimes. And in my head I was like, nah girl, we good, we vaccinated, we got all the antibodies, you know, a lot of body yada yada. I heard it, I heard myself say it, and I heard myself sing it, and I had to stop myself for both of our sakes. Oh, thank you for the sun. So I saw this young lady standing there with a sign, and I didn't really pay much attention to it. She seemed like she was low-key kind of in distress, and I stopped and I read the sign, and I saw everybody else was like passing her by or whatever, so I stopped and I read the sign, and it said, help. I don't speak English and my sister needs help. Her baby needs medicine and baby formula. Now, you guys, I, one, was very anxious. Like when people like approach me like that, I get super anxious and I don't know what to say more than half the times. And two, I just saw everybody else passing her by and I'm like, yo, that's so mean. Like a baby is involved, she doesn't have money, like she doesn't speak English. Like I want to help homegirl out. I'm also a firm believer, like if you can help somebody, like why not? And I'm not trying to sit here like all high and mighty on my pedestal, well, on my beanbag chair, and act like, oh my god, I'm such a good Samaritan. Like I know for a fact God has a seat reserved for me in heaven. But like low-key, if we take in reservations, I just feel like if you can help somebody, why not? So in the back of my mind, I was like, I feel like, you know, baby stuff is really expensive, but I didn't really pay much mind to it. I said, yeah, I would help her. And then she was like, oh my god, thank you so much. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then I got my pizza. And then we started walking our way up to self-checkout. Now, here is where the red flags kind of started popping up. And this is where I feel like I might have been bamboozled. So we're walking up to self-checkout, and then out of nowhere she goes, my name is Daniela, what's your name? And I was like, is that English that I hear? I go, oh, my name is Miriam. And she goes, oh, that's so nice, I'm from Guatemala, where are you from? Is that a little bit more English that I hear? Now, I'm not saying that someone who doesn't speak English will not be able to even form like one lick of a sentence, but the way she was speaking to me, this homegirl can construct a sentence. Like her accent was very clear. It's just, she sounded like somebody who knew English pretty well. That was red flag number one for me. And like, I hate being that person who like judges someone based off of that, but for some reason that just didn't sit right in my soul, okay? So we're walking up to self-checkout. She's still talking to me in English, asking me where I'm from, about myself, and I'm barely giving her any answers because for some reason I just felt uneasy and unsettled. But I do this thing sometimes, which I'll talk about it in therapy with Lori. I do this thing where like I just push those feelings aside and I just carry on. So we're in self-checkout and I decided to check her stuff out first because I'm like, maybe she has somewhere to go, somewhere to be, whatever. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so I check her stuff out. So I rang in the Millicon, I don't know, it's like baby medicine, whatever. It was $17.99 and I was like, that's a lot for medicine, but okay. Rang in something with like Gerber, $32.49. And then I rang in Infamil, $54.99. Everything came to a grand total of $105.52. Now, I was not aware, and this is based on my ignorance. I mean, I've never had a kid, I don't have a kid. I do have younger siblings, and I remember my mom talking about how expensive baby stuff was, but that was like years ago. I forgot to mention that when homegirl approached me, she already had these things in her hand. So we weren't in like the baby aisle where I'd be able to see other brands, other prices of other things. And let me tell you, if I was in that aisle with her, we would have to get probably one of the cheapest options because $105 thumbnail and 52 cents. Listen, I'm not saying I'm the wealthiest person on the block or the brokest person, but to be honest with you, I've developed the mentality of anything over 50 bucks is really expensive. And like, again, I am for helping other people if you have the means for it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it was really expensive for me to just out of nowhere, out of the blue, spend $105.52 because I literally was just gonna go buy my little janky pizza that was $7.89. And it was just like out of nowhere, I was spending way more than I thought I would be for like the week in general. And it's just like, this wasn't in my budget. I ended up paying for her because in my mind, at the end of the day, it's just like, you don't know what this person is going through. I'm a firm believer, if you can help and you have more to give, like why not? You know, sometimes you're given a lot so you can give to others, and I feel like that's just how I you know, subscribe to, okay, now I'm just being like, oh, I'm such a good person, and if, you know, you have more, why don't you give it so other people, okay, whatever. I'm not saying I'm a freaking goody two-shoes or whatever. So I decided to pay for her. Now, another red flag out of many red flags. Literally, as the receipt is printing, I can see that she's kind of getting anxious and she's getting a little antsy, and I hold on to the receipt because I want to keep the receipt. This is a pretty big purchase. She looks at me and she goes, "Can I have the receipt?" I was confused. Why do you need the receipt? But then she goes, "I need the receipt to exit the store because, you know, it's like baby formula, it's like baby stuff." And I do realize that, you know, some places are a lot more strict when it comes to like baby formula and things like that because they are expensive. So I give her the receipt and she literally, instead of exiting, where does she go? She goes right back into the store. Another fucking, that's the major red flag. Like, why are you going out to the store when the exit is right there? I didn't stop her or anything like that, but that just honestly further made me feel super uncomfortable and unresolved. And once I paid for my pizza and exited, I sat in my car, and for some reason, for various reasons at this point, it just didn't sit right with me, and I felt slightly guilty and kind of stupid. And I've never felt this way when helping out other people, which, oh, I know, we get it, Slim, you're a good person, whatever. And I looked up on my phone Target scams baby formula, and literally a Reddit forum of the same situations popped up on my phone. And bitch, literally it's a slew of people talking about the same experience that they've had and how people return the baby formula in order to get like money or a gift card. Thankfully, I paid with my debit card. In my mind, I thought if she returns this, like, she's not gonna be able to get anything. And that is sadly wrong. If she returns it and doesn't have the card, she can literally get a gift card. I mean, it will be a really nice gift card. She could get a few cute pajama sets and some beauty products from Target. She would be able to get a gift card. And I literally was reading through all these threads, and literally the exact same situation that I went through, other people went through. And that's why I was just like, bitch, you probably got scammed. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt really bad about this. Like, something just didn't feel right in my soul, in my spirit, in my chakras, in my third and fourth eye. So when I came back home, I talked to Dan about it and I told him what happened. And he literally, God bless his heart, Dan is such a good, wholesome person. And he looks at me and he goes, "To be honest, I wouldn't have bought it because it sounds like a scam." He was just telling me how, like, he's been scammed before in similar situations where people, you know, want help, and he's just learned from his mistakes in that regards, and he would have just, you know, taken her to the aisle, probably gotten her a cheaper option, but it sounds like a scam. And he was just like, "You get scammed, that sucks, but you know, this is a learning situation and you will learn from it, and it's an expensive one." And I'm just like, bitch, $105.52 to teach me a lesson? For what? For what? Like, I could have done so much with that money. I could have paid a bill or two. I could have bought a pair of denim jeans that make my ass look good even though my ass is disappearing. Like, I really do think I got scammed. I really think I got scammed. So I disputed the claim with my bank, and it's a whole process now. And the reason why I have this large piece of paper as a receipt is because I literally had to call into Target so they can print out like a whole transaction sheet of like what I bought. My card number even has like the terminal and the date, the timestamp and everything. And I'm trying to figure it out right now. So I feel like a lot of you are gonna be like, "You idiots, you idiots. It's a scam. It's a scam." She Joanne the scammer the shit out of me. I feel it, like I know it, like my intuition is telling me that she is having a blast with that Target gift card and just having it up. And you know what, if she's not, if she really needed this and she got what she needed, then that would be great. But if I got scammed, I would be so sick.